Hi, Rupali. How are you? We're going to go ahead and start the clock. You guys can go ahead and post your questions. If anyone has a yes or a no question they'd like answered, make sure you're entering the correct keyword or emoji, or your question may be skipped. S, thank you for the subscription. I know you have to wait a few minutes before you can talk in the chat, but just wanted to thank you. Hi, Pragati. How are you? Today we have a special where it's $5 per question. If you guys would like to donate, you can click the link in the pinned comment. Rupali, it feels like a yes. I'm viewing this as a feminine giving you an opportunity or an offer. Thank you, Pragati. I am as well. You guys can post your yes or no questions. Rashima, I see some challenges up ahead for you to get a house. Part of the reason why I'm getting a maybe is because I don't think you have actively tried to go this route yet. I guess it's all kind of a dream and a fantasy and something that you really want to do, but haven't actually put in true effort to get it done. So Spirit is telling me that it is possible for you, but you do have to make the decision and work toward those goals for this to become a certainty. So for you, I'm getting a maybe. I am getting a yes, the Emperor. This will be love. However, it's going to be a lot of respect as well. The relationship is more so built on the equal role that you play with your person, as well as the deep, profound respect that you have for one another. But I do feel like it is loving, it is passionate. You're welcome. Amazing start. I am getting a no for you. I don't know. I feel like there's some type of hang up with this person, and maybe you're not ready to walk away just yet. Maybe you haven't learned what you need to learn through this connection just yet. But I am getting a no. There's still something here. All right, so we have about 10 minutes left on the free list. If you are new to me today, when you get the chance, just say hi. Let us know if you have a yes or no question. Also, donations are open. I'm doing a $5 reading today. So that means you can get a mini reading with me for only $5. If you would like to do that, you can click the link in the pinned comment. It's a link tree. It'll bring you to my Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal donation information. Hello, Vetus. How are you? So we have about 8 minutes left on the clock for the free list. Make sure you guys are asking your questions if you have one. Kevin, it is possible. I am getting a yes for you, Ace of Cups, but this is going to take some work, okay? It's not something that's just going to happen on its own. The High Priestess is, for me, a maybe card, so it does indicate some work on willpower on your behalf. The Seven of Wands talks about it being a challenge, but something that you can overcome and you can make happen for yourself, so... As long as you're willing to do the work, I'm getting a yes. You're welcome, Kevin. Hey, Queen, how are you? Queen, I do think, I think they are. We have 3 cards that are very strong for a yes. My only thing is, I don't know if this is something that they fully decided on, taking a chance on. It is something you're thinking about. The Seven of Cups is here, which talks about, I guess, making a decision between the choices in front of you. And it does seem like you guys are going to come back into contact with one another. You're welcome. I am getting a no, Vetus. It seems like he doesn't necessarily build the proper foundations with women. So it kind of makes me feel like he's a little bit jaded from these experiences he's had. Relationships might not be his thing or something he's focusing on right now at this time. It could also talk about if he was in a recent relationship or recently involved with someone, it's not going well or it didn't end well. Good. I'm glad you're doing well. My day's good. Kind of slow. I got some out of town plans this weekend, so just kind of doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, getting ready for that quick trip. Schlock says, did Vidisha view me as the one for her? Show me a yes or a no for Schlock. I am getting a yes. 4 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. You're welcome, Vetus. So about 3 minutes left on the clock, guys. Again, I do have $5 donations going on right now for a mini reading. So if you guys have never had a reading with me before and it's something you are interested in experiencing, it's just a $5 donation and you can pay that through the link tree, Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, whatever is your preference. Hey, Kendra. Kendra, I am getting a no, but I feel like that is something right now. I feel like starting a business should not be your focus. It's not going to be the most stable way to produce an income for you. And I don't feel like you have a lot of extra time. I think that you'll be disappointed because of the lack of energy that you'll be able to put into something like this. I feel like I don't know, something feels very stressful for you. And I just feel like this probably isn't the best move. The Ten of Swords talks about feeling defeated. So I don't want to say this other person that advised you on this is wrong, but I just don't think it's the wisest move right now. Only because of the lack of time you'll be able to dedicate to it. I feel like that plan needs to be a little bit more cooked, a little more baked. Like, I think it's not quite developed yet. Even the concept itself of that business. And so it would require a lot more effort, and it would probably take a little bit longer for you to see the long term reward from something like that. Yeah, for sure. Vetus. Typically, no, I do not. Um, I consider my specialty love, romance, relationships, and channeling of people here on the earthly plane. I have not delved into that side of things, and I don't know if I ever will. I guess it just will depend on how my craft, progresses in the future. All right, so that is it for the free readings. However, if you are new to me today, I'm still answering your questions. You're welcome. Hey S, whenever you donate, you can just let me know so I can confirm that for you. We are moving on to donations now. We finished out the free list. I do, S. I have Cash App. I just pasted it in the chat. my gosh. Did you see the video that Rachel, or the picture that Rachel sent?
Precious.
Mm-hmm. They're terrors. Them little orange tabby ones. They crazy. She said he's so sweet. Sorry, got distracted. My sister sent pictures of a little kitten that she found. S says I donated for 3 minis. Look at this little baby. She said it looks like he's hissing, but he's just meowing. Okay, so let's get back into the seriousness of these readings here. S, thank you so much for your donation. I am ready for your question whenever you are ready. You can send them to me one by one, or if you know all of them now, then you can ask them now. Curious to know Ryan Aquarius energy towards me. He's a coworker who I rejected. I see him keeping his distance from you. I think, with any kind of rejection can come, needing to lick the wounds a little bit. But he's viewing you as someone who did it a very nice way, or a very understanding way. I do feel like he felt a bit defeated or rejected, and now he's kind of in this isolation mode, but he's not taking it personally against you specifically. He feels like you made the right choice for yourself. I think he would have been interested if this did go further because the Ace of Cups is here. He could just be, I'll bide my time. Maybe things will change at some point. But I feel like he is like, okay, that's fine. Like, I respect her choice. She was nice to me. She was respectful to me. She tried to do this as a less ego blowing as possible. So I feel like he respected the way that you handled this, and he is understanding it, but just maybe trying to keep his distance and be in a more observant energy. Like I said, he is definitely probably keeping an eye on things from afar, not in a creepy way, but maybe thinking okay, that's cool. I appreciate it, but I am still going to keep my distance. I can appreciate what she said, but I do feel a bit like let down or disappointed. You said, I try to be kind. I hate rejection myself. So awkward. Yeah. And it's like also like flattering and like thanks for putting yourself out there. But it's like if you're not interested in, you know, it does kind of suck to be the person on honestly either end of that situation. So yeah, but I don't see him like hating you per se, or like having bad feelings towards you or anything like that. Kendra donated. And that's totally fine. And I think that if you told him that too, I think he gets it. But I did tell him he was ignoring my opinion on prior. Hopefully he sticks this time. Are you saying like you think that he... Wait, I'm confused now. Oh, you're saying that even though you're showing disinterest, occasionally he still like can push the boundaries? Is that what you're saying? D, I got your donation. Let me know what we're doing. Is it 3 separate questions? We tried to pull a move on me at work. It was irritating in the beginning. Dang, I feel like he's keeping his distance now just because of the reading that I just did, but let's just confirm. Like, I think right now it's keeping at a distance, but I think down the line things could change just because I still have the Ace of Cups here and I have the King of Swords, which is like a very observant type of person, kind of biding their time. So let's see. Will he try to pull a move on us at work? Moving forward. All right. Okay. It's not going to happen soon. I specifically asked and got the 5 of Cups, but I think that if he sees another opportunity to make a move, he is going to. So my thing is like be as cordial and polite as you can be without making it unclear, or I don't know, just like try to be as straightforward with them as possible. Like, hey, if they're like, how's your day? It's good. Like really try not to reciprocate, because I feel like this is the type of person that if they think anything at all, or they get any kind of indication from you that you're being friendly, they read it the wrong way. So I don't feel like it's going to happen anytime soon, but I do feel like if they feel like they have an opportunity, that's where it's going to start to get a little bit questionable. I don't like taking all of these cards at once, but I feel like I need to. I feel like they're looking for an opportunity of reconciliation. They still think about you. Again, the King of Swords is here, and the Devil talks about like maybe unhealthy connections, attachments to situations, things like that is still here. So I would say he got the red light message from you, and so he is not going to like do this anytime soon. But if you can, just try to be very short and sweet with him. Of course, you don't want to be mean. You're not that kind of person, but sometimes we gotta be mean though. Like if people aren't getting the message. He told me if he tried to kiss me, would I be playing the I don't want him to kiss games? Yeah, you almost like you might have to get rude with this person just to make your point, because I feel like you give him an inch, he'll take a mile. Like he definitely will read into things. So just kind of be careful in the way that you interact with him so that he can't get confused at all. Yeah, I don't know, just be careful with this one. It almost sounds like attached, codependent, obsessive, even. So he's just kind of like keeping himself at a distance from you, but he's clearly watching you, and I got that from the first reading. D says for 1 in-depth and 1 mini. Got it. Like I never kissed or even touched him. Ugh, that's uncomfortable. Kendra, whenever you're ready, you can also post your question while I work on S's last reading. Rishima, I'm not sure if you're still in here, but I saw you said very, very accurate reading. Thank you. You're welcome if you're still in here. Hello, Nisha. How are you? Thank you for being here. Did you have a yes or no question? Thank you for subscribing, new subscriber. I added you to my list, Nisha. Thank you for being here. It's got to be a yes or no question for the free ones, but I can definitely look into that for you if you'd like to donate $5. That's okay, Kendra. No worries. What does he think when I told I just want to be friends? I'm trying to understand him. Can't wait to leave this job. Oh my gosh. Okay. Just overall the BS with other things too with that job. Kendra, I did, and I did confirm it as well. I'm ready for your question too, Kendra. Good, Nisha. I'm glad. All right. So, Nisha, I will answer your question in just a second. Oh, S, you want to change your question? Yeah, that's fine. You can change your question. Let me know what it is. All right. So, Nisha, let me answer your yes or no real quick while S gets their question together. This is for Nisha. Does Carte love and miss me? I am getting a no, Nisha. I'm sorry to say. This is a card of struggle and conflict and competition and overall just disagreements and not being on the same page. So I'm getting a no for that. S, just let me know whatever your new question is that you wanted to change it to. Okay, so you said, what goes on in his head about me? All right, let's see. Okay, so what goes on in his head about you? Let's see. There's a strong desire for commitment, S. There's a strong desire for a relationship when the Four of Wands is the center of the reading. This talks about wanting to take things to the next level and start building a foundation for you guys to further your relationship with one another. I think he is looking for equal efforts. Meaning like he may feel like he's putting more into this connection than you are, and he's hoping you will match his energy at some point. Like I said, this does feel like attachments. It does feel like fantasy that can almost get kind of dangerous if it gets to an obsessive level. He thinks about you in bed. Truth be told, when it's a Queen of Wands energy, it means someone's really standing out. So I feel like you could be standing out to him, and like he's putting you on this pedestal, or maybe having these like daydreams and making things up in his head to be bigger than they actually are. He said, I saw a picture once he showed me of his bookcase at home. It's labeled Brian's Mind. I thought that was so strange. He could have like honestly a deficit or something, like being deficient somewhere when it comes to like interpersonal relationships and like social situations and understanding social cues. So he could just be like just really awkward. Hey, I speak. How are you? He just really kind of puts you higher up than maybe what you feel you deserve, and maybe what you feel is appropriate, especially because you haven't shown any interest. And it's like he's kind of building this up in his mind a little bit, it seems. Oh, a binder. So it's like if someone has an ability to pick up on social cues, emotional cues, may not understand like boundaries, or may like take things at face value, and so it makes it really easy for them to read into things because they don't understand how someone is feeling on an emotional level. Like if he's making you feel uncomfortable, it's possible he doesn't understand that, or is not able to realize that that's happening. So he may just need you to say, like, continue to enforce things literally, like, through the things that you say to him, so that this doesn't get out of hand. But I would just really try to just avoid him in general. I know you guys work together, but I wouldn't entertain relationships. I would be very obvious if I'm more engaged in other conversations that don't have to do with him but are in front of him, so that way he can see what it's like when you talk to him versus when you talk to other people, so he can see that you're giving him a lot less attention, and that when you say something to him, it's not a favored thing. He doesn't feel like he's getting special attention from you. As a matter of fact, he's probably getting less from you than other people. So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of what I'm getting, is just try to avoid any interactions with him, because he seems to read into things a little bit more than he should. Hey, Becca B, how are you? All right, so we're going to work on Kendra now. S, thank you so much for your donations. I appreciate it. D, whenever you're ready, you can also post your questions as well. How are you doing, Becca? All right, Kendra, you got it. This was like in reverse. Keep that upright. So the first thing I'm getting, Kendra, is really don't consider, when making your decision, don't consider other people's opinions on this, or what they'll think, whether they love it, hate it, judge you for it. Other people should not be in your consideration for what you intend to do for yourself. Depending on the permanency of what you end up doing, it could cause an impact for you financially, but also maintenance wise. And a lot of times when you permanently restructure your hair, depending on what you plan on getting, I feel like sometimes it's hard to get back to where you were now. So if you really love your afro and you want to keep it, and you want to maybe come back to it someday, just know that the integrity of your hair may change to some extent. I feel like if it's something you really want to do and you think it would help you and it would make you feel better, I feel like that's where you're supported, because we have the Fool, which talks about a new journey, doing something new that you've never done before, and having the courage to actually do it. The Judgment talks about a transitional period where you're almost like reborn and growing into yourself and doing something new. But I don't know, like I guess my thing is, if it's something you really want, and I feel like it might be because you talked about this for a long time, to not worry about the consideration of like other people's opinions or feelings. You said, I'm just bored and I don't know what to do. Then I feel, go do it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Spirit is saying, if this is something you want to do, then do it. But don't say, I feel like other people would like me better this way. Or I feel like other people would like me better with the hair that I have now. or what have you. I feel like what other people think is not going to matter. It's about what you feel is right for yourself. I feel like a lot of times it's easy for us to try to get validation through other people's opinions, but their opinions aren't our business. So I feel like if it's something you want to do, you feel like you've thought about it for a long time, you want to just go get it done, go get it done. But if you feel like, I'm just kind of bored now and my mind might change in a month or so, I might really miss it and want my hair back, then maybe don't do something so permanent. But there's nothing wrong with playing around a little bit and making yourself feel better and doing something fun, even if it's just, for a week, something that's temporary. Maybe try out some temporary things first before you do something permanent that may restructure the bonds of your hair and things like that. You can always get your hair pressed out if you want it straight. It's not going to last forever. It'll last for until you wash it again, but it'll give you kind of something new, something different to play around with. You can play around with hair pieces. You know what I mean? Like there's other things you can do to your hair that don't necessarily restructure the bonds of your hair itself. Taka, thank you for the donation. But the biggest message that I'm getting here is if you're going to be bored of it in a month and want to go back, don't do something permanent. If you feel like how you're feeling right now is going to change again in a couple of days or a couple of weeks, and if you're just doing it for the shock factor or appeal to other people outside of yourself, don't do it. However, if it's something that you feel like you've thought about, put a lot of consideration in, you think it will make you feel better, you think that it will be something fun and something different and exciting to do, I'm getting that you're supported in that. So I would start with that first, Kendra. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards, is something temporary to kind of give you that feeling like, yeah, I've done something different, kind of give yourself a different vibe. Kind of like when people dye their hair, they do it just to kind of have something different and feel a bit different. And it kind of boosts your energy. It makes you feel good when, you've had a change in your style, appearance, hair, whatever. And then if you like it and you're like, I really would like my hair like this all the time, then you can make that decision. But I definitely feel like there's things that you can do right now to kind of appeal to that boredom that you feel without necessarily having this huge commitment either. Taco, thank you for the donation. Dee, whenever you're ready, we can get your questions. Just let me know which one is the in-depth and what is the mini. So Kendra, that's what I think. I think just go do something that's different, that will last for a short period of time so you can really tell if this is something you want to have long term. You're welcome. And then take pictures so I can see what you end up doing. You're welcome. My in-depth one is the one I'm going to post now. Sounds good. My in-depth question, as you know, I put in my notice at my job and I'm supposed to leave at the end of this month. I've been working from home for the past 8 days and return on Monday. However, I have an itching suspicion that when I return to work, they will let me go. That said, do you see this happening? I've got to say, D, I do agree with you. There's a couple of reasons why I feel that way, but I always saw you leaving a little bit sooner than maybe you anticipated, whether that was your choice or not. I just didn't think that I'd see you playing out the rest of your notice. I also specifically asked the question as a yes or a no, and I got 3 yeses. That this will happen, but I don't think they're going to let you go without some type of severance or something to get you through. I feel like they're going to want to part on good terms with you. Like, I don't know if it's something that's going to help your future, whether it's like a reference letter or a severance package or a going away party. Like, I don't know. I just feel like they're not going to just let you leave without like doing something to help you. But it's going to end up being cheaper than what it would have been to keep you through the end of the month. So it's just a way for them to not have to pay your salary. So like if you got 2 weeks left, they might just give you 1 week severance or something. But I do feel like that's possible. Another reason why I feel like it's probably going to happen is because Spirit is saying listen to your intuition, listen to the feelings that you're getting about this, because synchronicities are happening for a reason to kind of mentally prepare you for what's to come. The Seven of Wands talks about having a challenge that you will overcome, but it is coming for you. And the Four of Swords talks about kind of retreating, relaxing, recharging. So I feel like you probably will get a little bit of a break from work just overall, even if it's just for a couple days to a week. I see you taking some time out in between jobs for yourself. Yeah, it's got to be something. You said, will they at least give me severance? So it's not much. It doesn't seem like it, because here's the thing, if they were going to do more, if they were going to pay you for, whatever duration you have left and just let you go, I would think that they would want you to just work there. So that way they're getting something out of it. This feels very selfish in nature. It feels like they are looking out for themselves, but presenting it to you as something nice that they're doing for you. I don't know if it's a ways to where you can't collect unemployment or what it is, but it's something here like they're going to do something that, is going to make you think that they're looking out for you, but really they're looking out for themselves. The Devil is here, which gives me that indication. Like almost like you're going to need a sword to battle up for what's to come. I feel like there is separation here between you and the company before you're prepared for it. And I feel like ending it with the Devil, Three of Swords, Ten of Wands, and Ten of Swords is not a very good note to leave off on. This talks about painful separation, people maybe not doing things the right way, being very selfish or greedy, feeling a heavy burden, responsibility, and maybe feeling defeated or disappointed or feel betrayed, backstabbed. So it's not necessarily ending on the best note. So yeah, there's like a bunch of different things here that are making me feel like what you're feeling is most likely what's to come. Hello, J. Marie Phoenix. How are you? You sent a Cash App for a mini read, and you followed me on Instagram. Thank you. So, J. Marie, you get to ask a free yes/no question because you were following me on Instagram now. And then I'll also answer your question for the mini reading. You'll get a yes/no and a mini read. Eliana, you said you sent me a $5 tip. You don't need a reading, but once you're done, the readings. That is so sweet. Thank you for sending me a $5 tip. That is so sweet. I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much. And yes, I would love to hear about what's going on with you guys. You said they are going to make me feel embarrassed on Monday, I'm sure. Ugh. Girl, you're not alone though. I know that feeling. Trust and believe me, I know that feeling. Good. I'm glad you're doing well, J. Marie. Okay. You're welcome, Dee. Did I answer everything for you? I hope that I did. Let me know. Also, when I cut the deck, I see you having to save some of your money, Dee. You're kind of having to like plan out your finances in advance or something here, or budget. You may want to start doing that now, actually. Aw, we'll miss you, Dee, but you should still come by and say hi, though. Will I struggle financially for the next month or so? Okay, something tells me that you have like a little nest egg or like a rainy day fund. You have some savings. Not sure how much, but something tells me that you kind of do. I don't know if it's just because of the nature of the job that you had. But something tells me like you've got a little bit of something. I am getting that you're not going to struggle financially. I think struggle is a harsh word because you're worried about making ends meet. You said you don't have any savings. What is this Nine of Cups here then? Nine of Cups talks about a savings account, a treasure chest, having everything that you need. So maybe it's just reassurance and confirmation that you'll be okay. I see you working with the Eight of Pentacles. Maybe you'll get a job sooner than you expected. But I specifically asked yes or no, will you struggle financially? And this is a no card for me. Eight of Swords. I hear that sudden news is coming your way. So maybe this just means you're going to get a job quicker than you thought. Let me look into that for you, D. Hold on. I am getting, now again, probabilities, percentages, things like that. Of course, things are able to change, but the way that your current employer is thinking right now, they're not planning on giving you much. But I almost see you prevailing. The Chariot talks about like victory despite circumstances, being able to move forward and see all the paths available to you. I asked if maybe what this is a job sooner than you were anticipating, maybe starting something sooner. Because I feel like almost like you feel insecure, like, are you going to leave this job and have like a lot of unpaid time? And maybe feel uncertain because maybe a job isn't secured yet for you, but this feels like you're going to get something. You're going to commit yourself to your career, to a job opportunity sooner than you maybe anticipate. The job you had before this, did you like it? There's a profession here that maybe you have worked before, have experience with, that you're going to continue. So I don't know if this means going back to an old job or it just means continuing in a field that you're familiar with. But something about your past is coming forward to help you here. And make an offer to you. Yeah, because I specifically see you working. Because you're asking the next month or so. So the specific timing, I see you working. Taka, whenever you're ready, you can start posting your questions. And Eight of Wands talks about sudden information coming your way, sudden news. Let's see if you'll be happy with this news. You've got a lot of thinking coming up for you, girl. Like, first of all, 3 major arcana cards and another one here, 4th at the bottom of the deck, talking about this news that's coming your way. I feel like with the 7 of Cups being the first thing to fall out of the deck, it's making me feel like you are going to kind of go through a roller coaster of emotions. You're probably going to be like, why did I quit this job as soon as I did, and unprepared for maybe the next plan, the next step. I really should have had like something else secured before I decided to leave. But I also feel like you're like, I'm miserable, so I just want to get out of here. So I made the right decision for myself. But I feel like you're struggling with the choices that you've made or that are available to you, or unavailable to you even. I feel like the Temperance card here is talking about maybe having patience, that things are working in your benefit, in your favor. Wheel of Fortune talks about things that are meant to be, meant to happen for the benefit of you. It also talks about divine timing and things playing out and taking its natural course. And the world talks about feeling complete, feeling integrated, feeling like you found what you're looking for, so that now you can end your journey and move on to the next phase. You said you're miserable. Yeah. So ultimately, it feels like this was the best decision for you to make. I know that you can't see it very clearly right now. And so you're very much struggling with the day-to-day life. Am I going to make this happen? Am I going to make this work? Am I going to make it through? But feel confident in the decisions that you made. And I guess the only other message that's coming in for me that I can see is that you might end up taking a job just for the sake of having a job, to get you out of the situation that you're in now, but also to make sure that you're set up financially. It seems like, D, you are the type of person who doesn't like to know, or doesn't like not knowing what's going to come next. Like, you like to prepare. You like to know what the next steps are, make sure you're setting yourself up for success. You're not necessarily comfortable with just being spontaneous, and I feel like this is a very big decision for you. But in order for you to feel, even if it's something like Shipped or Instacart or whatever, like a delivery service with Amazon or something, like just to get you through, to get you out of the situation you're in now and get you through to the next career. Of course, these are just examples, but I can actually feel the pressure that you're feeling right now in my chest to try to figure out how you're going to be able to make it all happen. But like I said, I see you working through November, or in November. I see you having another job before the end of the year. So I don't think you're going to struggle as much as you think you are. Kendra, yeah, you can donate for a spicy. It'll be 10, and I'll have to type it and delete it afterwards, but I can do that for you. Especially because I don't know if I'm going to be back later on tonight. I'm going out of town this weekend. So I am happy to do that for you. You're welcome, Dee. We're going to miss you around here. You definitely have to come in and, check in and let us know how you're doing. Don't make me worry about you. You're welcome. He said, I really do. All right. right, let me confirm that real quick. And J. Marie, if you're in here, you can go ahead and post your yes or no question and your mini read. I noticed that you said you thought you got an extra card for the follow. If you prefer that, I can do that. I can do either an extra card with your reading, or I can answer a yes or no question. Just let me know what your preference is. I already did D. That takes it off there. You said mini read for Jessica. What are Brandon's feelings? And you want an extra card. Okay, I got it. You're welcome. All right, so we're going to go ahead and work on Taka. What are R's thoughts towards me after he saw me today? Taka, he feels a bit discouraged or maybe even uninterested at this time. He's extremely closed off. The Four of Pentacles talks about where we are reserved, we're more going within versus projecting or giving any energy outward. This can also talk about feeling like they can't let you go or let the thought of you go, but it's a very quiet energy, even isolated, where they feel a bit chained up and trying not to let you know what they're thinking or feeling. They are a little aloof, honestly. So I don't know what this discouraged feeling is. It's like maybe not wanting to pursue because they feel like it's a lost cause. Sorry guys, I'm like choking over here. One thing to note is that the Ace of Wands is in reverse. And this talks about seeing lack of potential And it may be even not wanting to put any energy towards something. And this is specifically a creative, passionate chemistry type of energy. So maybe trying to completely shut the idea down. It is honestly a very lack of hope, half glass or glass half empty type of thought process when it comes to you. But one thing I can say is he's definitely still thinking about it, which is causing him to feel a bit restless. The Page of Swords is a curious energy. It's one where you maybe want to communicate, not really sure how to approach things or move forward. You want to know a little bit about everything. You're very curious. And at that same time, it's like restlessness because you feel like your mind is going like a million miles a minute. So he could be also overthinking things a lot right now. He feels a bit disconnected, maybe from the world in general, but especially from you. And something tells him that this is a moot point to either show interest or have interest just because he feels like in the end it wouldn't work out, or it's just wasted effort or energy just because he doesn't see maybe this going anywhere. He feels a bit defeated in this. The moon is here, which talks about some hidden knowledge or secrets, some type of information that you keep deep down and don't want to share with anyone. So yeah, that's the general vibe for today. Let's see what his next actions are. Of course. So a chunk of cards just fell out. Five of Pentacles is in here and Ten of Swords. So I'll take that message. The moon is here again. I feel like, honestly, he has some of his own burdens that he's going through that maybe he doesn't talk about. This could have to do with, like, your mentality, the way that you think, the way that you process information, negative thought patterns. It could even be bad habits, something to do with his like psychic energy or just his mental state in general, his mental health. But it seems like he goes through something, and he puts a lot of pressure on himself as well. This is not to do with you per se, but it is something to note that he doesn't communicate when he struggles, or if he's kind of withdrawing himself, he's not going to explain why. You guys work together. There's something to do with work. Eight of Pentacles. Like going to school together, working together, group projects, collaborations. I don't know. He's unsatisfied with the future plans. I see most like just keep his head down and like continue to just do his thing. Whether you guys work together, just continue to focus on his job. Whether or not you guys work together. Queen of Cups in reverse talks about not having emotional stability and not having any love emotions to offer someone. So again, continuing with the closed off energy, truthfully, it just seems like I'm going to keep my head down. I'm going to do my job, do my work, whatever. I truthfully don't see him necessarily making any specific action towards you at this time. The only time I think that he would is if he felt like you were interested in someone other than him, or if you were maybe dating and things like that. He might feel like he has a clock ticking now on pursuing you, but I feel like as long as he thinks you're available, he's probably not going to do much about it. All right, Taka, let me know how that reading was for you once you can catch up with it. And we're going to move on to Jane Marie. Jane Marie says, what are Brandon's feelings towards me in regards to offering future commitment? Use an extra card. Kendra, you're going to be after Eliana. Eliana says she wants to tell me something. She left me a tip. If Eliana is in here, you can go ahead and let me know what's going on. What are Brandon's feelings towards Jane Marie? No, let's do Jessica. What are Brandon's feelings towards Jessica in regards to offering future commitment? You're welcome, Taka. What are Brandon's feelings towards Jessica in regards to offering future commitment? Okay. So he is very aware that there is a maybe imbalance in the connection that you guys have, Whereas I feel like he strongly senses and is fully aware that you're wanting more from this. Whether you've communicated that or not, he is 100% aware that that is the type of person you are. That is what you want from him. He feels like he is not giving as much as you are, and that maybe you feel that way as well. I do feel like it's something he's noticing. The more and more time goes on, the more he felt like he can't avoid this imbalance within the relationship. I definitely feel like there are going to be delays when it comes to you getting the commitment that you want. I think that it is 100% possible because he is viewing you as the person that he is in a relationship with, even if it's there's no titles. He still views you as someone whom, if he was going to be in a relationship, it would be with you. I think he is trying to see things from your perspective. But the hangman does talk about things being in suspense, which tells me he has not officially decided whether or not he wants to move forward with you. This is something that he is strongly contemplating, however. And I feel like it is very possible that he is going to offer commitment to you. But I think he's trying to make sure that it's something that he wants, not just something that's going to make you happy and then he'll regret it after the fact. He wants to make absolute certain this is an adventure he wants to go down, go on. He's still in the beginning stages of this consideration. The Fool is here. It's basically the first step in a journey. The Fool is step number 1 on this like 22 major arcana journey, which talks about needing to just kind of take a leap of faith, kind of like a trust fall into the universe. And so I feel like because this is such early stages in consideration, he's not 100% sure, but he's trying to get there. He's looking at things objectively, whereas he's taking emotion out of it. He's trying to just see almost like a pros cons list in a way. I think he's just afraid to trust his heart. He wants to make this decision with a clear mind. The Two of Wands also talks about things just being in the planning or preparation stage. Nothing is action based at this point. At this stage of the journey, things are just thoughts. They're not actual actions, but he is thinking about the future, thinking about the fact that he wants you there. The Ten of Cups is harmony, alignment, joy, happiness. He even talks about marriage and relationships that you're forming. And so, he is, like I said, heavily considering this. The couple of things that make me worry that if he does offer commitment, number 1, I don't see it happening right away. That's for sure. Number 2, I feel like almost as if he okay, this is a very interesting message. He views things objectively and he tries to remove emotion out of it, but he's also falls prey to signs and synchronicities. And I feel like if anything, while he considers this commitment with you, if anything goes wrong, if you guys get into a fight or something doesn't go y'all's way or whatever, he's going to view this as a way out. He's a very flighty when it comes to this. So it's like he has to feel grounded and secure, and he has to feel like, basically like if y'all argue, get into a fight, things aren't happy, he's going to view this and run with it. He's going to take that sign and he's going to run with it because he's going to view himself as, well, if this is already happening before we're in a relationship, then what's going to happen once we're in a relationship, which is a paradox because probably a lot of the problems y'all have is because he won't commit. So it's like this whole thing. So yeah, my best advice, J. Marie, is to come back, I don't know, maybe even in the next couple of weeks, just to do an energy check-in. There's someone here or a couple people here that I've told that they'll be in a relationship with someone and they actually are now. I have like a lot of people in here that will come back and confirm that they're committed to someone, they're in a relationship, or so and so committed like they said that they, or I said that they would, things like that. I can't guarantee that right now, J. Marie. I'm not 100% seeing that for you, but I would give maybe 75, even 80% chance that he's hoping to commit to you. I just feel like from here on out, it needs to be like butterflies and rainbows and sunshine and, a lot of pressure off of things so that way you guys can avoid any disagreements. Just things be very, very peaceful. This will help get him to that place that you want him at. It does not look hopeless. No, it does not look hopeless. There is a lot of hope here. More so because I think he does appreciate you and he does have love for you in his own way. And he does want to make you happy. You're welcome, J. Marie. Thank you for the donation. Eliana, are you in here? You said, I wish I had more money. I would have done more cards next time, though. Yeah, absolutely, girl. The one thing is that I always say, like, I want to do readings for y'all, but I want it to be an equal exchange of energy. I don't want you guys using your last bit of money to get a reading with me or, like not pay your bills because you want a reading with me. Like, I just want to make sure that you guys know, like, everything I do is with the intention set that it's not an inconvenience to anyone else. And this is just like a fun thing to do with one another. I don't want anyone to ever feel like, they have to choose between their next meal and paying me. I would rather you keep the money. So I'm really happy that you guys set those boundaries as well and, only do what you can afford. Eliana is here. Okay, so what do you want to fill me in on? Did you want me to message me here on YouTube or did you want to send me a private message? Let me know. Good. But Jane Marie, we're really happy to have you here. I do hope to see you again. Okay, so here is fine. So Jay called me on Wednesday and he basically said he couldn't let another day go by without us not speaking. He said he loved me and was not willing to lose me just because he's scared of commitment. So far, so good. Actually, He said so much, but the one thing that stuck out to me is when he said, "You're my very best friend and I can't let this end." That's so sweet. I know he has real love for you. He told me everything he's going to work on to gain my trust again. Then he said, "Mark the calendar because we're making things official, so you're my girlfriend." And you said that he already committed to you, right? So he did make things official. You're pretty shocked, to be honest. So how are you feeling? I'm really happy for you, Eliana. I want to go back to the reading now that I did for you, just so that I can kind of compare notes to now what we know has happened and actually transpired to what I said. But I'm still so happy for you. I feel like this was a true breakthrough that he needed. And that honestly you guys needed together in your journey and your, relationship with one another. It was definitely like this elephant in the room. It's like now you guys can be on the same page. He can kind of get out of his comfort zone a little bit, and you guys can really see how things are going to be moving forward. Because things were a bit touch and go there for a little while. And even though I have faith in y'all's relationship, I do know that things happen. And, we were just kind of wondering, well, where is this going to lead to? I speak, hopping on. You guys have been on like such a similar journey too. You guys are finally like, after all this time, where you want to be. I'm sure that things can always improve and there could always be more to be done, but I'm just thinking about how far y'all have come since we first started doing readings together. I feel good. I know there are things still to work through and we're having those conversations. I'm glad. I'm so glad. Does he seem to be acting differently towards you? Do you feel like this is 100% like a turning point for y'all's relationship? I hope he doesn't fall back into old habits. I hope this really is a way to like clear the air, get that clarity he needs. But I truly feel like since he's gotten out of his comfort zone now a little bit, things won't be so scary. I think that was just like the change that you guys needed for your relationship. Hey, Rising Storm, I was thinking about you today. How are you? Okay, Kendra, thank you. Today he told me I couldn't let this great opportunity pass me by because I feel safe with you. And I remember in one of the channel readings he gave me, he said that. I actually was just about to say that. I was like, I feel like I've said that before. He truly does have a lot of love for you, Eliana. Like, I know that he said that he loved you before, but he really does. He truly does. And I think that also there's this aspect of gratitude for you as well. It's like you kind of help assist him recognize the things that he needs to work on, whether you realize that or not. And he does feel this gratitude for you and your patience and just kind of being there alongside him while he figures everything out. He's grateful for that. You're not feeling well, Rising Storm. Oh my God, so many people are getting sick. I'm sorry you're not feeling good. You were shook. Yes, he's making more plans. That's all you needed. I feel like that's all you needed. You just needed him to take a little more initiative, make his intentions clear, kind of give back what you've given to him. It feels like a really good place, and I'm really happy for you. 4:44 on the clock. You said it's okay, still gonna have a good time. I got your donation. Thank you. No way, did you see 444 at the same time? I just happened to see it on my phone. That's hilarious. You're welcome, Eliana. I just hope setting such good vibes, so much happiness for you. I just feel like this has been a long time coming. It's what you deserve. You've put a lot of patience and effort and energy into the situation, and it's just so nice to see you actually like getting to, see it all play out to your benefit. And I'm just really happy for you. And I know that probably means you're getting less readings from me in the future, but because you're like getting more from the person that you need. But I hope that this journey continues with you and me, but also with you and him, and you just feel more, I don't know, more certain, because I think that's what we all need. Kendra, Eliana donated, or not donated, she basically sent me a tip, and she said that she had some things that she wanted to tell me, so we were kind of going over that. No need to be lost, girl. I know what's going on. Oh, Rising Storm wants a spicy reading too. You said you'll definitely still be here. Okay, good. I like to keep you guys once you guys feel like you got to where you wanted to be. Sometimes I don't see you as often, but that's kind of like the goal, All right, so let's update this list real quick, and we're going to move on to Kendra for Kendra's spicy read. Rising Storm, if you can just email me. We have to, for whatever reason, take these spicy readings offline. So I'll actually send it to you in an email. But if you can just do me a favor and email me, lunaaffinity@yahoo.com. I just put it in the chat just so that way I can respond to that one and get you your spicy reading. I can do your regular reading on the screen though. I guess they're like, they got to a point where they wouldn't even like let people ask spicy questions even on here just because of, I don't know, age restrictions or something. Yeah, so I will do them here on the live. Like I'll type them up on the live, but I won't send them in the chat. I'll send them to your email. And Rising Storm, you can let me know what your question is or who it's about when you send that email. Sorry guys, I lost my camera for a second. Yeah, and you'll be able to keep them too. It'll make it easier for you. All right, so we're just gonna put this on the screen. I'm gonna move this light over here for a second while I do this. I got your email, Rising. Okay guys, I'm still here, but I'm just gonna work on this reading for Kendra now. I can still see the chat and I can still communicate with you guys while I work on this. right, so Kendra, you should have your email now. We're gonna go ahead and work on Rising Storm. Rising Storm, did you want me to do your spicy one first, or do you want me to do your in-depth first? Let me know. You painted your nails pinkish. That's fun. I'm definitely more of a dark colored nail kind of girl, like deep purple, plum, black, dark blue. I don't know why. That's just the way that I am. Let's do in-depth first. All right, so just let me know what your question is. Let me know if the light is like reflecting weird. I'm hearing like this relationship, whatever kind of connection they have, is not a healthy one. Jeez. I feel like it's such a energy that he tries to get away from, but it's almost like she's got this like chokehold on him. I don't know what it is. It's like she finds a way to weasel on back into the connection that he feels is familiar. And I guess old habits die hard, but it just seems like he is trying to break ties, but I think that he's a bit weak-minded. More weak-minded than he should be when it comes to her. He should be able to push the situation off, but I feel like there's some type of weakness that he has when it comes to her. Whether he feels guilty, whether her offers are just too good to be true, whether I don't know, it's easy sex or something. I don't know. It's just like he just jumps back into old habits. It doesn't seem like it's something he wants to last for a long time or anything like that. It just seems kind of like it's what's happening now, what's in the moment. And I do see he keeps trying to distance himself and pull away from her. I mean, I see here clear as day the consistently like feeling betrayed, feeling let down, feeling disappointed by this person. This person It's almost like he has to get her out of his system. And I feel like even though he does try to get away, he doesn't stand his ground. Okay, because that's what I was gonna say next. I was like, there's some kind of chokehold. Now, does he know if it's his or not? Because I for sure see pregnancy here with the Empress card, and that is where I was gonna go next. That it almost feels like he can't get out of the situation because there's some type of thing keeping them together. I was actually going to say to you that in the very beginning that it almost seems like she's trying to get pregnant to trap him. There is definitely entrapment feelings. It's like almost like he's like saying like, no matter what I do, like I feel like I just can't get away from her. I mean, he does it to himself. That's the kicker, is that he makes these decisions on his own to do these things. But I truthfully constantly see him trying to get out of the web. He's trying to get out of the situation, but he continually finds himself back in it due to his own poor choices. So I kind of feel like with the Nine of Pentacles next to the Empress, it is something that maybe he feels this is his child, or he's sure this is his child. Maybe that is the chokehold that I'm seeing, or I got at the beginning of this reading. And like, it feels like he's trying to help her in some way, whether it's financially help her or try to work on this connection between the two of them. I feel like she needs him more than he needs her. And he feels some type of obligation or connection to her to help her, despite knowing that it's probably not in his best interest. I almost feel like I hear them saying, let's give it another shot, even though that's not what he sees for himself or what he wants for his future. And I don't think this is something that's going to last. Oh, that's clear as day that she still wants to be with him. I truthfully feel like he has to be the one to put his foot down and stop this. But he falls into old habits so easily. It's just so easy for him to just do what's comfortable, do what's familiar. And I feel like this information that she's pregnant, I really am curious if this is his or not, or if he thinks it is or is not sure. Like, I'm curious, like, that aspect. I don't want to pry, but it seems like whatever it is, this came very suddenly to him. This is something he was unaware of. And it's like he did try to get away from her, but then maybe this information came through, and so now he's kind of back in the thick of it. Like, I'm kind of getting the idea that like they hooked up, they separated, he was without her, he walked away from her, and then she came back and was like, I'm pregnant. Like, it definitely feels like entrapment or just negligence on both of their. But I feel like she had an ulterior motive. Like, I hear her depending on him and like really trying to find a way to make this work, like give this another chance. And I think that he's hesitant because they don't have a good track record. But I feel like due to the nature of the situation that he finds himself in, he's considering it. He feels bound to her. Six of Cups. I would say he's less than pleased of what's happening right now. But I think that he really doesn't see a way around things but to deal with it, which is admirable. But this feels unhealthy to me. This doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel above board, like they're doing things the right way, the way that he would have liked for things to go down. Because he seems like, when it comes to settling down, he has a certain vision for his life, and this is not the way that he would have planned for it to be. So yeah, I kind of feel him as far as like his feelings about it. He's kind of like, this is what it is. We've got to like deal with this head on. He's trying not to run away from the problem. He's trying to get it handled. But I don't think that this is the way he would have wanted things to happen. And so he's just trying to navigate through the situation that he finds himself in at this point. I think if he's not certain that it's his, he's very much, and even if she says that it's his, I feel like he still has his doubts. He's not 100% certain. I think he's going to try to figure it out. You're welcome. And then I got your email with your other question. So let me go to that now. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to work on Rising Storm Spicy. The list is still open. If anyone wants to donate, we're totally down for that. However, once I finish this reading, if we haven't had any other donations, then I'm going to go ahead and just call it for the day. So let's just do a last call on donations real quick while I work on Rising's reading. Hey Terry, I just saw you said, oh shoot, I meant to send $11. Could you refund me the $5? Hold on, let me see here. Oh, you sent a Cash App? Okay, so Terry just wants a in-depth. I gotcha. Let me refund you the $5. Oh, and Rising Storm donated for one more. Rising Storm, Tarot donated for one more. All right, Terry, you should have your refund. And Rising Storm, I confirmed you as well on my list. And let me get back to your reading. Okay. right, Terry, I have your question. Rising Storm, did you donate for another in-depth or spicy reading? I just sent you your spicy. All right, so Rising Storm, let's work on your in-depth question, and then we're going to move on to Terry. Benjamin Knotts, how are you? It's good to see you too, or I guess hear from you. See, read, all the things. We did a last call for donations. I'm working on my last couple of readings now. I will say donate now or forever hold your peace, because I will be signing off after this. What's the outcome between James and his ex? Let's see if I can get that answer for you, because I feel like he is also unsure right now. But let's see if we can get any information in the near future what the outcome is here. Benjamin, thank you for the donation. Let me know what you are donating for. I have a couple options today. 15 can get you a channeled message from your person. It can get you 3 mini readings. A couple yes or no's. Let me know what you're donating for. Three minis. All right. Rising Storm, it is not looking good. It is not looking good for them right now. The wheel is here, which talks about things happening in divine timing. This can also be karmic patterns playing itself out. Like I said, very strongly, it feels like they're stuck in a cycle that he is actively trying to break, but continues to find himself in. As far as the outcome, it does not look good. I feel like there's a lot of things that they keep hidden from each other. I feel like they don't make their intentions clear with one another. I feel like there could be a lot of arguing as well. There's general conflict here between the two of them, and I definitely feel like they have their own issues to work out. I think that it's possible that he's been scarred because she hasn't always been faithful to him, or he felt like he couldn't trust her, and maybe this is mutual. This has gone back and forth. I think honestly what brings them back together is comfort, familiarity, and probably sex, because we have the Knight of Cups and the Devil here. So I feel like it's like really easy to kind of just come back together. However, I see independence, isolation, solitary, that's the word. Basically them just kind of being off on their own, not really communicating. The Page of Wands talks about marching to the beat of your own drum, being unique, being different, pushing against and rebelling against a situation, and also seeing things from a new perspective. So it could be that he's getting the enlightenment that he needs regarding this. Truthfully feel like he is going to try to find a way out. As far as the highest potential between the two of them, I see continued toxicity, unhealthy attachments. There could even be some type of addiction behavior or codependency. I feel like it's more in the control of his than it is hers. The Magician is here. It's making me feel very masculine in nature. It's making me feel like he's the one that has the power to say whether or not this is something that continues or not. I feel like he does have the upper hand, but he's not quite sure. So he's just kind of waiting for some inspiration to come through. Maybe try to figure a way where everyone can be happy in the end. The Two of Swords is here again, which is in another reading that I did for you just recently. And it's truthfully making me feel like he's going to kind of bide his time and let things just kind of flow and sort its own self out without him making any big moves. Because I feel like he thinks, for whatever reason, whatever's meant to be will be. and he's just kind of waiting for a sign from wherever it comes from, that whether that's, paternity, whether that's, he finds that he can't trust her, like, he finds text in the phone, or they just keep arguing with one another. He's just kind of looking for one more sign. This definitely feels very like this is the last chance. This is the last shot. Like, if this doesn't work, then it's done. So I think he's just kind of trying to trust that things are going to play out the way that they're supposed to. And he's taking a very inactive approach where he's just kind of being chill and observant. And yeah, but as far as like the outcome, these are not good cards to have for an outcome. You've got 7 of Swords, 5 of Cups, the Hermit, 2 of Swords, 4 of Swords, the Devil. This is not good for an outcome. Now, of course, energy is always changing. And this is just the reading on this trajectory. But I didn't even feel confident that things were going to work out even after the first reading that I did. Oh yeah, lots of swords. And not even just lots of swords. The swords are just not good. Like 2 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 4 of Swords. There's swords sometimes can have good meanings behind them, but these do not. A lot of like cut people out of their life kind of energy. You don't use a sword if you don't feel you have to be on the defense or offense, offensive. You feel like you have to protect yourself when there's a lot of swords around. And so he's got his arms up. He's like suited for battle. He does feel like in this cycle, like he constantly has to be on the alert with this person. It just isn't, it doesn't feel good. Terry, we're going to move on to you. Let me know if you are here. You're very welcome, Rising Storm. All right, so we're about to do Terry. I'm not sure if she's here. We'll timestamp Terry at 2:46. This is for Terry. Benjamin, I got your first question. Current feelings from Jean to Terry about their connection, please. And Rising Storm, you're welcome. Thank you so much for your donations as well. I appreciate you. It's good to see you. Okay, someone is feeling defeated or deflated here. There is a discouraged feeling as if they want to hope for a relationship, for a long-term connection, but they feel at a loss right now. So I feel like that's kind of how y'all are feeling at this time. Just take confirmation that if this isn't you, then this is how they're feeling. It can also be mutual. But I feel like they still have hope, or someone still has hope here for this relationship to work, to continue to progress, and develop as well. I feel like I'm in this like energy of feeling like it's either an off and on kind of thing, like an in and out energy, or sometimes you're on, sometimes you're off, or even a connection that hasn't really had the opportunity to get off the ground. Maybe you guys just don't really feel like you're ever quite on the same page with maybe future goals. But I do want to backtrack here and say that I am getting that you guys like do care about each other. There is a lot of love here. I feel like there is joy, even there is laughter. As far as y'all's personalities, you guys get along fairly well. But when it comes to your goals for your future, or where the next steps are going to go, that's where things kind of get hazy and a little bit maybe complicated, or puts doubt in the mind, because the Nine of Swords here talks about, having restlessness or anxiety, worry, concern about a situation. It could be someone overthinking as well, like, putting a lot of pressure on an outcome. Maybe this is keeping you up at night. Nine of Swords can also talk about restless sleep, not just generally feeling restless throughout the day, but also not getting adequate sleep or insomnia, just because you have so much going on in your mind that you're concerned about. And I definitely feel like there's just uncertainty. Two of Swords is like a fork in the road, like which way are we going to go here? But hoping for the best, expecting the worst. The interesting thing is that, like I said, I feel like you guys get on well with one another. When it's good, it's good. You might actually have said that, like, when it's good, it's good. I feel like there's a lot of contemplation in this connection, and I feel like it's more on Jean's side of things. I do see Three of Cups. Now, take it if it resonates. A lot of times Three of Cups can talk about third-party involvement. This doesn't have to mean active relationships. This could just mean people from the past that you haven't really had the chance to get over and move on from, and that could be playing a role in the success of this current relationship. But it can also mean that there's unfortunately been interest elsewhere, or other people trying to get in the way of this connection that you guys have. So take that if it resonates, because I do see it here. I feel like if there was another person involved, whether that's on your side or on Jean's side of things, or could be both, that it's something you are aware of. So don't take this as news if you're not aware of anything. But there could be other people, even platonic relationships, that are getting involved and talking in y'all's ear and giving their opinions about the connection, and whether it's warranted or not, or if it's something that is unsolicited or not. Whether you want to know, or you want to hear about it, or you want this happening or not. I feel like there are other people involved here that have opinions. I kind of am seeing you get to the point, Terry, where you are starting to become a little unfazed, maybe a little jaded to the situation, and quite frankly kind of over it. I feel like there was at one point where you had like a bright light in you, and maybe you're just like, just give it to me straight. Maybe you just want to just know, instead of having all this hope, you just want to know like what it is. You just want honesty. You want to cut away the bullshit. I feel like he has feelings for you. If Gina's masculine, I feel like he has feelings for you, or they have feelings for you that are deep. They are romantic in nature with the Two of Cups. This talks about union, attraction, love, romance, and two people coming together and merging and infusing with one another. And so there is this bond that has been formed, and there's no denying that here, that he has for you. It seems like the situation is impossible for you, Terry. It seems like you're constantly on edge, and it's starting to affect probably your health and your mental health as well, just because you feel like if something good happens, it's too good to be true, or like, how long is this gonna last? Or can what I want to happen really be possible? So there's this element of feeling like things are impossible for you when it comes to this person. I feel like he does have uncertainty when it comes to you and this connection as well. He does see you in his future. He does see that as an option in the way that this could go. So I feel like if that gives you any peace of mind, that for like, you know, for the success of this relationship or this connection, whatever you guys are to one another, he does see you as like on like a road option for him. Like if two paths were laid out, he sees you there on at least one of them. But I think it's a matter for him of this split decision. He's extremely conflicted. I think that he feels burdened by this. Like tension headaches or something that would manifest for him because of the situation. I don't know if he feels like it's just too much obstacle in the way, too many like things in the way for this connection to be able to pursue. I don't know if it's like arguing, you know, external influences or circumstances that are a part of life that maybe stop you guys, but there are blocks here, and it does feel like a painful break. Like whether you guys are together or not, when you're not together, it's very painful. So yeah, I know that this is like kind of vague because I wasn't really able to talk to you during this. I just wanted to kind of maybe bounce ideas off of you, but sometimes the best readings are ones that I don't really have the information to. So let me know, Terry, how this resonated for you. I appreciate your donation, and I'll make sure that this reading is also timestamped in the comments. All right, so this is for Benjamin. It's a mini reading. I have a family gathering tomorrow, wondering how that goes. Megan, since you're new to me today, I can do a yes or no for you. You'll just have to let me know what it is. Benjamin, something makes me feel like you or people in this gathering, the people that are going to be there during this, some people can feel a little bit estranged from one another. Like maybe they don't feel like they're in the in circle. They feel like kind of like an outsider, or maybe this is family that maybe hasn't communicated in quite some time. The overall energy feels a bit withdrawn, like maybe due to like protecting oneself, but it almost seems like socializing is very on the surface. We're just talking about small talk stuff. And I'm hoping that changes, because I see a lot of positivity and progress that also is made tomorrow, and maybe like resetting foundations. So I almost feel like people are going into it feeling a bit awkward or like uncomfortable, and they're wanting to not really get serious. They want things to be lighthearted and fun. But I do think it's a matter of seeing things from other people's perspectives. So if it's a gathering to talk about something serious in nature, like a meeting, I think it's going to end well. I also feel like if it's just family members getting together, it's also going to go well. But it's like people... You said it. Oh, yes, I have been estranged, as has my son. So yeah, I feel like it's going to be, in the beginning at least, very kind of reserved. Conversations that are very much on the surface. But I do feel like new foundations are being formed. The Four of Wands talks about people taking the relationship to the next step, to the next level, that in a positive way. And the Chariot talks about having the willpower and determination to maybe make that change, to be able to move forward. The Chariot is also a symbol of victory and forward movement. And so I think that maybe in the beginning you're gonna try to approach things, or they will, to be very lighthearted. Try not to get serious really quickly or anything. However, I feel like there's gonna be this open energy of wanting to be civil with one another and being receptive, more receptive for the gathering than maybe you guys typically are. Meaning, if there's something that you have to say, then your son will be more open to receive it tomorrow than maybe he has before, or vice versa. I feel like you guys really want this to go well. Exactly. And the Four of Wands a lot of times can talk about family as well, and the connections that we have with, the people around us that we love. And so the Chariot charging towards the Four of Wands is like this mutual will for things to be better and for them to turn out better. So it's a very good day for this to be happening, because I feel like it's attracting and open and receptive like air about tomorrow. So So good luck with that. I hope that that goes well for you. Now the second question you have is ex got married, wondering if things working out. Is she happy? Megan, you can go ahead and post your yes or no question right now. I am getting that overall she is happy. She herself is going through a healing process due to her experiences, maybe with you and just her track record of relationships in general. I feel like a lot of the times can come back and haunt her and influence her current relationship. So it may be something you experienced while you were together, that she lacked boundaries or she lacked trust, or she, whatever the things may be that kind of affected or influenced the relationship that you had and those that came before. I feel like she's really trying and really working hard on focusing more on the positive rather than the negative, and trying to understand that this relationship for her is different. It is healthy. It is good. And she can't let these other things that have, affected her, maybe insecurity, maybe self-esteem, these things that have affected her confidence in general, influence that here in this relationship. So she really is going through a healing process. I feel like she's either going to therapy, working on herself, or she's just taking a lot of time to really acknowledge these things and admitting to herself maybe even her own faults. I feel like she feels celebrated in this relationship that she's in. She feels like there's consistency. It's a lot of downtime, of relaxation, rejuvenation, like regeneration, like all the things that you do, like to, reshape your things for yourself. And I feel like maybe if there was issues in the past where she's, been argumentative, or there's been a lot of fights and things like that, she's really noticing in this connection that she has, there's a lot of like calmness, and there's not a lot of like arguing and things like that. And the Ten of Pentacles talks long term, so she is happy. But it's more so herself and the way that she sees herself in relationships that could be causing an issue. But the relationship itself, she is happy with. So. She's such a good person. I miss her. She deserves happiness. That's very sweet of you to say. All right. So work is troubling. Will it get better? So, Benjamin, I'm having a hard time seeing what is actually wrong at this job. So, you may have to fill me in. But I am getting that it will improve. I see changes coming. I think that's the biggest thing here is significant changes in your career or in your job itself. This could be a million things. This could be new management. This could be literally someone buying out the company. This whatever this changes, this could even be you changing jobs, but I don't feel that as strongly. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like there is a change coming where things kind of transform. Judgment talks about healing a situation that, so like repairing maybe what's not working and taking that constructive criticism to be able to move forward and be reborn. So I feel like the general dynamic of your job, the people there, maybe even the things that you don't like, there's reformation coming. And I think that it's going to be very sudden. The way this is showing is quick, sudden change that maybe we're not expecting. The Page of Pentacles does talk about opportunity in your career. My previous director didn't do his job and I'm contracted. Facility isn't happy with my company. I do, well, first of all, at the bottom of the deck, I do see you continuing work. I think things are going to continue to be, or not, maybe not continue to be because they haven't been, but be on the up and up. The 10 of Cups basically means everyone working together in harmony. So if things aren't working very well right now, it does feel like things are going to get better, where everyone's going to be kind of on the same page and maybe it won't be so hostile. Oh, you work in physical therapy at a nursing home? That's very cool. I know all about physical therapy. I didn't work in the physical therapy department, but I worked at an orthopedic office that had a physical therapy department that was attached to our building and stuff. And so I know quite a bit. I feel like with this reform, there's something here talking about how we need to learn more. We need to understand the situation so it doesn't happen again. It's like gathering data or a survey or opinions, gaining intel on what's not working so we can make the changes. I just feel like there is an eagerness, maybe even on both sides, but especially with you, that you want this to work out. You may even be the one taking the lead on this if this is something in your power. But what I can say is there's a sudden change that happens within your career that creates this reform within the dynamics of the relationships that are formed here between, the director, the facility, your company, so on and so forth, to create better alignment and more people at peace with the outcome. This is the card of harmony, things working together synergistically. And this is as the same thing as well. It's working together so that you have something that you're proud of in the end. So even though I don't know all of the semantics of the whole situation involved, it does feel positive. It feels like it is going to end positively. But I think that there's a lot of egos involved and people need to be welcoming to change. Everyone needs to be willing to compromise, be willing to make the changes that are necessary for everyone to be happy in the end. So I hope what I'm saying is making sense, because I truthfully don't even know what I'm saying that about when I say that, but it's just like the messages that I'm getting. that there's like a lot of people involved, and that we all need to be willing to give a little bit, be a little bit more flexible. Megan, if you are in here, please say hello, because I am about to hop off. Nyla, yeah, you can donate for a $5 mini read. That's fine. Megan, what's your yes or no question? Office politics. Who needs them? You said you like your job. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I have this faith that things are going to work itself out, but I just feel like people need to be malleable, be willing and open to hear everyone's side of things. Like everyone just needs to kind of get on the same page. But you're very welcome, Benjamin. All right, so this is for Megan. Megan says, am I going to get a windfall of money soon in the near future? Show me a yes or a no for Megan. She wants a windfall of money soon or in the near future. Show me a yes or a no. So this is a yes card, Megan, but I am trying to put the pieces together why it's the Six of Cups specifically. Straight away I'm hearing inheritance, money from family, some skill or knowledge you've attained in the past, bringing abundance to you in the future. Benjamin, I feel like they definitely want you there. Things just feel good. Things feel like they're going to work out, and you're welcome. Megan, so overall I am getting a yes, but it's almost like your past is helping you out. Like either the connections you've already made and formed in your life up until this point, or maybe the experiences that you've had and the skills you've acquired are going to help you in the future obtain this money. But regardless, I am getting a yes. Nyla, did you donate? If so, I am ready for your question. You're welcome, Megan. Nyla, I just got your donation, and thank you so much for donating a little extra. With the PayPal fees and everything, it's always like, it makes such a difference when you guys over donate to make up for that. So I really appreciate it. All right, Spirit, can you please give me some information? Nyla is feeling a strong pull towards someone new, initials LS. Can you tell us what you see happening between them? Oh, I'm holding the deck upside down, so this is supposed to be like that. There's a mystery about this person that you feel called. You feel called to. Like, I feel like they're the kind of person that doesn't give it all away right up front. There's just this element about them that's, maybe you feel like they are deep, you know, like they have more to unveil, and maybe that they are emotionally intelligent. You don't know everything yet, and you want to. To be completely honest, Nyla, I feel like this person is with the way things are going right now, I feel like you're not going to get much out of this person. You said very mysterious. I feel like they have their guard up, that they are a bit reserved, that they are very choosy with the people that they involve themselves with. I think, honestly, you're going to continue to feel these feelings that you have, but I think sometimes the aloofness, the avoiding of interacting with you is going to eventually be a turnoff, I feel. Maybe at times, maybe not all the time, but I feel like you're probably going to get some things from this person, like you're going to be like, okay, we're actually connecting. And then like next thing you know, you don't hear from them or see them or even talk to them at work for like days or a week or something like that. And you're just kind of like, I don't know what to make of this. Like, I feel like, I mean, it's definitely exciting to have a new interest in someone, but I almost feel like they take a long time to warm up. And even when you feel like you're making headway, it's still going to feel like they're holding back. All right, so the reason you're having these feelings is because you have felt fulfilled by this person in the past. I'm not sure if you believe in past lives, but I strongly believe whether or not you lived on this earthly plane with this person in the past, in another life, or you knew them spiritually before coming into this life. Either way, you've known this person before. We have the Lovers, Two of Cups, And I can say that with full confidence that it's a likely y'all are twin flames, and that's why you feel the pull. I don't talk about twin flames that much anymore. I don't want twin flames to be a fad, but the fact that you have the duality of the Gemini, the lovers, as well as the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is a twin flame signifier to me. This definitely feels like someone whom you have known before. There's this pull, there's this familiarity. It's a high level soul connection at the very least, where you guys have known each other before. I feel like there is due to the inactivity that's happened so far, but the desire to see that fulfilled moving forward, I feel like you guys have never gotten over each other. Yeah, it's like you guys have never moved on from one another. I don't know if you have a contract to fulfill within this life, but I definitely feel like this person's going to have a chokehold on you for quite some time. I feel like sometimes they're going to bother you, sometimes they're going to rub you the wrong way, sometimes they're going to challenge you, sometimes you feel like you're vibing, sometimes you feel like you're not communicating at all, and it's going to be a very very confusing relationship to have with this person. I don't think it's going to be easy for them to open up, but I feel like you're in for an awakening. You're in for a spiritual awakening, Nyla, something further to connect you with the higher consciousness. This is supposed to be like a trigger for you. This connection is supposed to help you wake up. Your curiosity about this, you're wanting to know why, you're wanting to understand the connection is just going to be this enlightenment that you need, because it's going to want you searching. You're going to find yourself searching on Google, searching YouTube videos. You're going to try to find more and more about this person and why you feel this instant connection. But keep in mind, it doesn't have to lead anywhere. It can, but it doesn't have to. But I still feel like this is meant to trigger you. This is meant to hold up a mirror to yourself and help you understand what you want from this life, what you want from a relationship. I really feel like you're going to go through this with this person and things are going to just start to be put into perspective. But I feel like a lot of the time you're going to be out of the loop. You're not going to be in the know. You're going to be confused and want to understand it more. And that's going to put you on a path to higher enlightenment. You said, oh my God, so true. It's a nice distraction though. Must be from another life. Makes sense. Okay, good. Glad it makes sense. I pulled extra cards for you just because I felt like the full question wasn't quite answered. Just prepare yourself for this to not be a very easy, non-turbulent connection between you guys. But I think if you can have a conversation with them, if you can get to know them, and just kind of let this ride out organically, I think it's going to benefit you more than you realize. You're very welcome, Nala. All right, guys, that is it for the night. And I will not be back this weekend. I might not be back until Tuesday, because I want to make myself available for as long as possible. But we're going like 3.5 hours now, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. But I hope everyone that's here hanging out and everyone else that has come in and said hi, donated, all that good jazz, has a lovely weekend. I will see you guys next week. Bye.